Well, the Senate is racing against the clock to pass 12 bills with less than 10 weeks until the September 30th government shutdown deadline. Lawmakers are working to pass 3 new funding bills into one minibus package before their August recess begins this coming Friday. And while the House is already out of session, congressional Democrats are hitting the road to tour red districts they want to flip in next year's midterms. Joining me now is Wisconsin Congressman Tom Tiffany. He's a member of the House Judiciary Republican Study Committee. Congressman, good morning to you. And first, your reaction to these House Democrats that are now going to go out. I assume, and we've talked about this already this morning, that they're going to work on their messaging about the big, beautiful bill and spending in Washington. Your reaction?
Yeah, they really do need to work on their messaging because the American people are with us. When you talk about the bill more broadly, just the big, beautiful bill, you see the polling, Cheryl, and it'll show it underwater. But when you talk about specific things in there, like work requirements in order to get Medicaid, illegal aliens getting SNAP benefits or getting Medicaid funding, the American people are with us, and they're with us decisively, and we're taking that message to them, to the American public, and we're going to win that battle. I welcome them into my district.
Well, okay, are you and your Republican colleagues going to do something similar while you've got a month off?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be out all over America talking about the good things that are in this bill. I mean, look, America is already turning around, and promises made, promises kept. We've secured the border. Energy prices have dropped some. Gasoline's the lowest I've seen it here in northern Wisconsin since pre-Biden. So good stuff is happening. We need to take the message to the American people, and they'll understand we're doing the right thing here.
What do you make of the Senate and what they're attempting to do this week? To be clear here, this is going to be with these bills. I mean, it's funding for several major agencies. This mini bus, if you will. Senator Kennedy, we've talked about this. You know, he's objecting to the $7.1 billion legislative branch funding in the package. He says this is too much spending, and there are others. Susan Collins of Maine, she's someone, Rand Paul, they have all come out and said that they are pushing back on overspending. We are sitting on a $36 trillion deficit still to this day, with $9 trillion that needs to roll over in the next year, which is a Jay Powell story. So do you think that this is going to happen in the Senate? Because it's going to take some bipartisan support for them to get this through. They start getting objections from the Democrats, it's, you know, all bets are off.
It's a great thing if the Senate is talking about overspending. First of all, I would say, Cheryl, it appears to me they're using regular order to move these budget bills through, which has not happened in Washington, D.C. in a long time. And it's one of the things that some of us have been fighting for in the House for a long time. Let's use regular order. That's good. The second thing is in regards to funding Congress. I think, along with some of the other agencies, I think there should be some reductions in how much we are getting for our congressional budgets. I have no problem with us taking a little bit of a haircut also, along with some of the other agencies.
And just to be really clear here, I want to let our viewers understand this is VA, Agriculture, Commerce, Justice, the FDA, NASA, the FBI. Is there anything that you feel strongly in that list I just gave you about?
Strongly in what regard, Cheryl?
As in, are you worried about these agencies not getting funding?
Oh, I think that they're going to be funded. I mean, we're going to take care of business here. I just think it's really good that the Senate is using regular order to move these budget bills through, just like a family would do with their budget.
Yeah, I hear you. Liz Speaks on Set's got a question for you, Congressman.
Good morning, Congressman. Thanks for joining us. You represent a largely agricultural state. How are your constituents looking at the tariff agreements that we've reached with the EU and other countries? Are these working for them? Are they optimistic that we're going to be able to export more to the EU and to other countries?
Farmers generally trust President Trump, and I think their trust is going to be, it's going to be shown to be worthy because farmers are going to do better with these trade agreements. Remember, just last week, trade agreements with Japan, Indonesia, countries like that, and now the EU. This is going to open up more markets for agriculture, and that's what we've been looking for. Agriculture has been one of the hardest hit. And by the way, one of them that I really want to see dealt with, which is a very niche issue, is ginseng that is grown in my district. I'm hoping the president holds a tough line with China in regards to that, because communist China has been holding the ginseng industry here in Wisconsin hostage. So I think good things are happening, and we're going to see that play out over the next few months.
Interesting. Those discussions are getting underway today in Stockholm, and of course, President Trump is in Scotland still right now this morning. Congressman, you recently introduced the Colleges for the American People Act. It's known as the CAP Act. Removes the H-1B visa cap exemption for higher education institutions. I'm assuming that this has to do with the overall broader fight of what we've seen on U.S. campuses across the country and the anti-Semitism that we have seen and all these protests that we have seen on these campuses.
Yeah, so H-1B is the specialty occupations, and there's a cap in the United States of 65,000. Well, there's an exception to it, and that's universities can exceed that cap. And that's exactly what's being done with the University of Wisconsin system here in my state. And through some intrepid reporting, we found out that there's nearly 500 people that are getting very good jobs at the UW system that are foreign nationals. Why aren't these going to Wisconsinites? And so what we're saying with the CAP Act is that you have to live. There's going to be no exceptions. You have to live within that 65,000 cap. The bill is really very simple.
Okay. Before you go, Congressman, you recently teased a potential run for Wisconsin governor. You want to give us any updates?
Yeah, we're going to make a decision in the next 30 to 60 days, seriously considering it. I mean, Wisconsin is going in the direction of our failed neighbors, Minnesota and Illinois. And there's going to be a real simple choice for the people of Wisconsin in 2026. Do we want to be one of the prosperous states of America, or are we going to be like one of the failed states? I mean, you look at our governor and the Democrats, he just passed a budget that's going to leave a deficit going into the next governor's administration. Our educational system, and remember, Tony Evers, who's the current governor, he always claimed himself to be the education governor. Our kids have fallen behind Mississippi. There's tens of thousands of kids that cannot read and write in Wisconsin at grade level, and we have among the highest energy costs in the Midwest as we convert to these intermittent sources of power like wind and solar. We can do so much better. We have a simple choice coming up in 2026. We're going to be like one of the failed states like our neighbors, or are we going to be one of the prosperous states of America?
It sounds like you've got your campaign pitch right there, Congressman. Keep us posted. Come back soon. Congressman Tom Tiffany. Appreciate it.